Good morning, Facebook friends. Bill Provost with Franklin Loan Center here, and today I wanted to hit on a topic. This is something that I hear all the darn time, and as I guess my note in the bottom here says, so often I talk to people that have been through short sale foreclosure and bankruptcy, the big three as I refer to them, they just think it's a financial death sentence, and it's something that they're never going to recover from. And the good news is that you actually absolutely have the opportunity to recover from that and make sure that everything comes out just fine for you. So I wanted to just sort of talk about how the big three will affect your chances of rebuying again, and then just see just talk a little bit about how it looks going forward. So the crazy thing is depending on where you are, the bottom of the market was somewhere around 2010 in most areas, and that's when housing prices were at their absolute worst. Unemployment was terrible, all that stuff. And so the crazy thing is that, now of course we're 7 years out from that, and that's kind of why it's becoming relevant for me at this point, is because kind of worst case scenario timing that you need to have as far as seasoning from any of these events is 7 years, right? So if in 2010 you had a foreclosure, then that foreclosure, for conventional FHA, VA, almost all jumbo lending, everything, once you hit that 7-year mark, you are in the clear. And it's really easy to sort of walk through and help people, help you find out the exact date, because that will become very important. But 7 years is kind of worst case scenario. I just wanted to walk through. I've got some notes here, so excuse me while I look down at these. Again, the big three things are short sale, foreclosure, and bankruptcy. There's a couple different chapters of bankruptcy. I'm not going to talk about all that today, but I do want to just cover the big picture, and then for more details on it, I'll post this to my website and actually blog it out. So again, if you're not on my blog, shoot me a message and let me know that, and I'll get you added so that you get this the full information. So first off, FHA from a bankruptcy, 2 years of seasoning. And then for FHA, as far as short sale or foreclosure, only 3 years, right? So FHA is kind of like the loosest on the guidelines, other than VA, which I'll talk about here in a second. But yeah, after 3 years of short sale or foreclosure, you're good to go again. So, and again, with FHA, in a lot of cases you can do, generally speaking, it's 3.5% down. It's got loan limits and things like that need to be considered, but that's, so that's quick. VA, even shorter. VA is 2 years for short sale foreclosure or bankruptcy, right? And so it is noteworthy that it's still a credit score driven. So some of these things, you need to do something to improve your credit and rebuild your credit. But the crazy thing is with VA and FHA in particular, lower credit scores still work. So it's totally realistic that after a couple of years, if you do some rebuilding, that you would be able to buy again. Last but not least, I just want to talk about conventional really quick. So with conventional, it is so for in most cases for a bankruptcy, it's 4 years. And then let's see, for short sale, it's a 4-year wait period. And then for foreclosures, it's actually 7 years. So you've got to be a little bit careful with that. Now, there are extenuating circumstances for all of these. So that's when there was some, just really some crazy event that happened. It could be a sickness or death. In some cases, it can even be if you got divorced and lost a house through that somehow. So that's it for now. I just wanted to kind of walk through the general timelines of these things. Again, this is not a financial death sentence. You can absolutely get back in the saddle and buy again. You do want to do some things that are very right. If you want to talk about that, you need a little bit more information, feel free to call me or message me. Happy to chat with you more. Again, it is Bill with Franklin Loan Center. Thanks for listening.